Yeah.
Where do you think this Mandela Effect thing's going? Where do you see this in the long run?
Going to the fifth dimension.
And what is the fifth dimension? How can we explain this to people?
Okay. So it's not like a lot of people think of the fifth dimension as a 3D way. All of a sudden, they're going to quit their job. They're going to have to do nothing at all. And it's just going to be hunky-dory, heaven on earth. That's not how it is, okay? In Buddhism, they call it the Golden Age. In QHHT, with Dolores Cannon's work, the practitioners call it the New Earth. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's basically a change in energy. So when we moved away from the cycle of polarity, of seeing separatism, and moved into a new age of unity consciousness, what we do is we've changed the energy in which we see things. So now we see unity, now we see oneness, now we see the greater reality, and we're being more conscious manifestors in this greater reality because we see a connection in how everything circles back to reflect us. And so when you change your perspective on how reality is, then the actions start following. Then you start living your word. You start you trying to be more integrous in your work and in your everyday life. You start not just saying random things, but you are more conscious in what you say and how you say it, because you know it's going to circle back to you. You see the full circle. And so that's really what is changing. Is we're changing to unity consciousness. We're changing the energy. The energy of the planet is changing to a higher frequency. And so our reality is going to manifest to us much faster. And if you're a conscious creator in this reality, you can create things through synchronicity much faster, much more at ease. But you have to work on it. Okay? So let me give you an example. Synchronicity is going to be part of your everyday life. If it isn't already, if you're part of the awakened, it's going to be part of your everyday life. And synchronicity is typically, events that seem related, but they're not related. In Buddhism, synchronicity is that your soul groups and your angels are working together to make connections for you. However, you have to discern if you want that sign or not. Okay. So like if you're working on a specific issue here and you're awakened and you're trying to be a conscious manifester and you're working on the things that you need to work on, somebody else over here may have the solution and you guys will switch off and, trade solutions to help each other. But your soul groups see the greater picture. So they're going to find some kind of way to connect you guys together. And so people who are in this path will start seeing angel numbers to remind them in the receipts, in the the driver dashboard, in just all over places. They'll start seeing angel numbers to remind them, you're on the right path. We're here for you, cheering you on. You'll start seeing reality is mirroring back to you. So if you're working on trying to have a better relationship with your spouse and you're arguing about a specific topic, you might go to the store and the couple right next to you are arguing about the same exact issue, but they made up. And so it's showing you that you can work it out if you try these or that ways. So
hold on, there's somebody knocking on my window. Can you continue with this?
Yes.
I'll apologize.
So guys, synchronicity is going to be your best friend, because if you're living in this path at a higher frequency and you're doing the work to better yourself, like in my tradition of Buddhism, we use the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path to address our abundance blocks, which is basically a block energy in whatever it is that we're working on in our life. So if you're working on addressing that and try to find a solution and try to work through it, your angels and your guides are seeing that you're working to it. You're working to get to a better place, and you're willing to do the work. You're willing to seek the solutions. And so they're going to help you through synchronicity. You're going to go somewhere and something's just going to fall right in place. That's going to give you a discount exactly when you need that discount. You'll pick up the phone and your friend that you haven't spoken to will call you and say, I was just thinking about you. I happen to have extra tickets to so-and-so concert. Would you like to come? And you happen to have that day off of work for some reason, but it works out for you. So different things will just kind of start falling into place. And it seems like it shouldn't relate, but they do relate. And that's synchronicity. And this would be part of your everyday. And so every day, what would typically happen is, as synchronistic events fulfill one aspect of your day, you'll just get to a point where you're just saying, thank you. Thank you. Oh, this is awesome. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. I needed that right there. Thank you. So all you do is say thank you all the time. And when you're in that constant state of gratitude and being thankful for all these different synchronistic events, that because you're doing the work in your path, you change your brain frequency out of beta and you go into a higher level of consciousness, which is gamma. And they found this in meditation research in studying thousands of Buddha's brains. In meditation, many monks go through a gamma wave frequency, which is a higher level of consciousness. And that's where you can change the matrix. That's where you can change the hologram. That's the wave in which energy healing happens, is in gamma. When you're doing things that you love, like art, like music, like meditation, like gardening, any kind of activity where you stop the monkey mind from thinking, that's gamma. And so when you live in this higher frequency, in this age of unity consciousness, and you see these synchronistic events and you're just being thankful for every single little thing that's coming into your way as it's happening and getting you to the next and better level of your experience, you are constantly radiating out gamma waves, which will send back to you more and more positive things. Because remember, Earth is an amplifier. She's amplifying what you are. Does that make sense?